Welcome back to Studio Chatter. August is a wonderful time of the year in Spanish Fork, and that's because of the Farmers Market. Welcome Heather Yaud, the president and CEO of the Spanish Fork Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, to the program. Hello. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is a good time of year to come and talk about food and good fruits and vegetables.
I just can't believe that we're talking about that.
I know.
I mean, vegetables, that's a summer thing.
But we feel like it's fall, right?
It is hard to believe we're talking about
pumpkins. Well, the summer has gone pretty quick. So
yeah. So the farmers market starts from now till the end of August, every Saturday.
End of October. Yep.
Did I say August?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah,
So
so it
through
starts
October.
August 1st.
Okay.
August 1st, every Saturday from 8 to 1.
Okay.
And then it runs until October 31st. That's the last day of the market. So.
All right. Are you going to have to incorporate social distancing?
Yes.
What's that going to look like?
The market is definitely going to look different this year. So we have quite a few restrictions from the State Health Department and the Utah Department of Agriculture and Food. I have been on meeting after meeting after meeting since probably March. To get ready for this. So we were hoping that we would be in a green status so that we wouldn't have to quite implement so many, so many restrictions on our vendors and customers that come, but that's not happening. So essentially we have to have a 10-foot space in between every vendor. So the vendors are going to be pretty limited this year. We've actually cut it off a little bit early. I've had to turn a few people away. So don't be too surprised if you come and some of your favorites are not there because we just don't have the room for them.
Are you going to take up more space on that city block?
Yes, so we're going to try and work it a little bit more towards Main Street and wrap it around the front of the building. For those people, the vendors that don't necessarily need to work out of their trucks. So a lot of the honey vendors and a few different places
You could have
like
a
that.
stand.
Yeah,
like
so your
street
salsa
front.
lady, she doesn't work out of her truck, and
So she's on the front corner of Main
Oh,
Street
yeah,
and Center.
we'll know where to go. I can hardly see you past the salsa.
Since you mentioned her, it is Salsa Madre. So
Salsa
she has.
Madre.
So yes, so she's
changed it up.
rebranding. She has changed her name, and she was kind enough to drop by some new salsas for us.
Just
to
like at your
sample.
house?
Today, yes. So,
She has
yes. So I said that we'd put a plug in tonight because I frequent Miriam's
Well, you don't
salsa
just
stand.
you just don't support her for 3 months of the year. You support her
year
for
round.
12.
Year
Okay.
round. Yes.
I know
so-
she does deliveries throughout the winter and
Yes.
stuff.
So yeah,
she's
so
a big draw to the market. That's
absolutely.
For
So
sure. Yeah,
doing a little
Miriam's
bit
great.
of rebranding, and these unfortunately are not her chips. She makes her own chips also, but her daughter was kind enough to bring the
Some
salsa
salsa
by
over.
today. Yeah,
That's so
So
nice.
we'll try
Heather,
it a little later.
So, no, I was just
So
going to
hopefully
say,
she's in the front of the market,
Yeah.
yes, because she is a big draw. So there you go.
so you'll social distance around there. What else do we need to do? Do we need to wear a mask when we come
We
down?
recommend, the state would like you to wear a mask. It's not required at this time unless that changes through the
governor?
state. Yeah, from the
Okay.
governor. But we would highly recommend it. We'd also recommend that you limit how many people you bring. I know it's kind of a big family affair, but they want us to only limit it to 1 or 2 people per household. And it has to be one direction. So, yeah.
It's like going to Walmart.
Walmart. Yeah, I'm always going the wrong direction.
You need to paint something
That's
on the
going to be a
sidewalk.
hard one to enforce.
It will be a hard
No
one to
Walmart
enforce,
employees
but
enforce
No,
me.
no.
I'm always looking down like, I just need to go
the
right
wrong
over
way.
here.
I leave my card at the end.
No.
I leave it at the end and then I just walk and come
It's
back.
like I'm going down. I don't care.
Okay, so we're going to try and do that rule.
Yes, so
okay.
we will have some signs that say enter here and exit here that we'll have ready. But yeah, so that's one of the things that the state wants us to have is moving in one direction. We're trying to make sure that there's enough distance in between it so that there's 6 feet across so that people can social distance that way. The customers cannot touch any of the product this year. You can't pick out your own fruits and vegetables. You have to point out which ones you want and have the vendor get it for you. Yeah, there are quite a few restrictions. So they're encouraging no contact payment. So hopefully some of the vendors will be able to do like Square and Venmo to pay for that instead of cash.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's a
so
lot of changes, Heather.
there are. It's been quite the headache, to be honest, but
I bet.
I think it's going to be great. We'll still be able to have the market. I think it's something that's really beneficial.
Absolutely.
So they didn't even really want to allow them until the Farmers Market Coalition kind of got together and said, hey, we're more of an essential business. You know, it's like a grocery store. So
Right.
It is, and I'm sure a lot of those people do count on this as
Yeah.
part of their
Well,
income
as-
for the fall.
And as we're talking about that, I remember years ago you were doing the SNAP and Double Up. Is that
What is
still
that?
happening?
yeah, so SNAP is, I can't remember the actual acronym, but it's basically like the food stamps of today. So they just have a credit card that they use, and they come and just swipe it, and we exchange that for tokens. They don't have to use them that same day. They can use them through the whole summer if they wanted. But we're also part of a program called Double Up. So the Utahns Against Hunger has kind of created this program. It's called Double Up. And essentially, they will match up to $30. So if you get $30 out on your SNAP card, they will give you another $30 towards fresh fruit and
neat.
produce.
Oh,
nice.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So it's a really great program. We've actually been working with another group this year that's working with our local food pantry with Tabitha's Way. So they're going to have a donation bin set up every week at the market, so that if you want to buy extras, you can drop them off at that donation bin, and they will go
I love
directly to Tabitha's Way. So they said a food bank, and I said I don't really want to do it unless it stays local. So they agreed to let us just stay and have it donated to
I do
Tabitha's
too.
Way.
I love that too.
And how do people take advantage of those programs? What's the best way for them to find out about them?
Tabitha's Way has a lot of information. Matter of fact,
Okay.
a lot of the information we get, we take over there because they're probably one of the biggest people that use it. So if you have any, you can call the chamber office and get the information from me, but Tabitha's Way will have that as well.
So Heather, I'm thinking too, like, did you go to the rodeo and you know how they had to put the food vendors out in the parking lot? Did you love that?
I did,
the
actually.
space, and I
It
just
was
think
nice.
it reminds me back in 2008 when the market crashed, and through that, Airbnb and Uber were invented. I really believe that this year in 2020, as hard as it is, there's going to be some really good things come out of it. Even
I
little
think so,
things
too.
like next year, can the rodeo really space out all the food? It was so much.
It was nice.
It was just like you had elbow room, and it was nice. And I bet
Yeah.
there's gonna be some changes.
Yeah.
But next year, I bet you'll
Implement
see
some of
that.
those.
Yeah, you'll implement the changes.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this. I know that just from a chamber standpoint, we've been doing quite a few Zoom meetings, and we found that we really like them. So we're going to keep doing like our executive board meetings just as a Zoom meeting. We do them more often and they're shorter, but it's nice to keep informed and just be on top of things like that way. So I think
That's
that's
nice.
something that we'll just keep doing. So
That is
Do you know,
nice.
I've already been to some of the local fruit stands and have just pointed anyway and said, well, you know, if you had to recommend a melon or if there's already some pre-bagged corn or something,
Yeah.
I don't think that bothers me so much because you feel like you're getting really good produce anyway. So I don't think, I mean,
yeah, I hope it's
I
not
like
gonna be
to
an
pretend
issue.
that I know sometimes by sniffing a cantaloupe or something that I know what I'm like really, but it's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
So
I just
to
am
point it
thinking
out or
they'll probably have to have extra helpers there.
Yeah, so they're hoping that they're going to have at least 2 people, one person to handle produce and vegetables and product, and another person to do money. So that way we'll cut down on the number of gloves that they need to have. We actually have to provide every 5 booths a hand washing station, which they're allowing us to use hand sanitizer, thankfully, so we don't have to round up sinks for all these sinks to put in the farmers market. So, but we have lots of hand sanitizer, and I have masks and all this other stuff that's just exploding in my office. And
they may have a lot of that then already pre-bagged and ready to go. Selections maybe kind of already.
Yes.
made.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that's
you're right.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Yeah, thank you so much.
for
Super great
doing
to
it
know.
because
Yeah,
it
doing
is a
the work
pain in
for
the
it.
fanny.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a
And
lot
you
of
could
work.
have
I
just
don't
said,
think
"Let's
people
be done."
realize that, but it's good. I like the farmers market. It's one of my favorite
It
things.
is. So thanks for all the
Yes,
work that
thank
you
you.
and your
Yeah,
staff
now we
are
won't be
doing.
taken by surprise.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There's more studio chatter coming up.